Right, some of you may have saw this coming, and I'm finally making a video about it. Tensei Shitara Slime Dataken, or That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, is one of my favorite series ever. Ugh, are you gonna talk about another garbage isekai? No, shut up, okay? Slime is not garbage. Now I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know. I watched the anime multiple times because I had nothing better to do with my life, as well as read the manga. I know that they released a trailer for the new movie, and I can't wait for it. No, I didn't read ahead in the manga, so I'm just gonna cover the story up till season 2, part 2. So be ready for spoilers. Some of you may think that Slime is just another power fantasy that sucks dick and nobody should watch, and I'm about to prove you wrong. I hope. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, or Tensei Slime, is about a guy that got reincarnated as a slime after being hit by Truck-kun. The main character, Mikami Satoru, died from a stab wound, and before he got reincarnated as a slime, it's so hard to explain the premise without saying the fucking title. A strange entity, known as the worst of the world, was listening to Satoru's last words and granting them as requests, giving him a set of skills before entering the world.
Tamura! 家のパソコン、ハードディスクの中身、風呂に沈めて完全に消去してくれ。
Grant this man's request!
電流によるデータ消去、情報不足により失敗しました。代行措置として電流耐性獲得、付属して麻痺耐性獲得。
What the fuck? When he realized that he's nothing but a slime, he decides to go ahead and eat plants and rocks. I'm not joking, this is what happened, but it'll make sense soon. While he was busy eating plants, a voice popped up in his head, explaining his abilities and how the world works. It is a skill known as Great Sage. For anime onlys, it may be confusing a little because they didn't really explain the difference between this voice and this voice. But don't worry, I'll explain. Words of the World is an entity that everyone can hear that announces events that's happening in the world, hence why everyone could hear Rimuru's evolution process. Great Sage, however, is a skill that only Rimuru can hear. To describe how the skill works, it's like having Google in your head. With the help of Great Sage, those plants and rocks now come in handy. So the plants and rocks are rich with magicules, which is the chakra or key of this world. The plants can be extracted and turned into powerful healing potions. The rocks are magic ores that can be used to craft weapons like magic swords that evolves as the user uses it. All of the magicules that have been absorbed by the natural resources in the area are supplied by a dragon. I haven't even explained the plot yet, and just explaining Rimuru's skills takes so long. I'm not gonna cover all of it though, just watch the anime. Anyways, while venturing the cave, he meets up with a dragon called Veldora. Veldora is known as one of the 4 true dragons in the world. I'll explain what that is in a second. Although Veldora is a very strong being, he is also a tsundere. And is good at shogi. After creating a pact with Veldora, Satoru received a new name, Rimuru Tempest. Tempest is a family name that Veldora also obtained. This lets Rimuru evolve into a superior slime. When a monster receives a name, they evolve into a superior version of its species. You know what? Another long explanation. Just watch the anime. Alright, introduction, done. Wait, I haven't even explained what the purpose of the show is. To briefly explain, Rimuru arrives at a goblin village and later became their leader. After 2 years, he became a great leader that ruled over a portion of the Great Forest of Jura, gaining new followers that consist of ogres, goblins, wolves, lizard men, orcs, and other monsters. His nation later was known as the Jura Tempest Federation, aka the Nation of Monsters. In the process, he created diplomatic relations with a dwarf country, which is an important relationship for many reasons if you ask me. And later with human nations as well as elves. Holy shit, they're just playing Age of Empires. But that's just the setting and what Rimuru has done so far. But what about the plot? Alright, are you ready for this? I honestly don't know how to explain the story. There are so many things going on at once. To start, Rimuru isn't the only one that had been transported to that world. There are different types of otherworldians that came to the world in different methods. Reincarnation, summoners, and strays, which needs another lengthy explanation. Watch Slime. There are also demon lords that have their own lore. At first, there were 3 demon lords and later known as the oldest among the demon lords: Milim, Ramirez, and Gi. Step on me, please. Demon lords have increased in numbers over the centuries and decreased again for some shit that happened. Milim is a dragonoid, which is part human, part dragon. Don't ask me how, ask Donkey. Ramirez is the queen of spirits, and Gi Crimson is a primordial demon. This brings me to my next point. Primordials. Primordial demons are one of the oldest beings in the world. I am most interested in the primordials, dude. I mean, just look at them. Primordials that they have introduced to us so far are Vert, aka Misery, Blue, aka Rain, Rouge, aka Gi Crimson, and Noir, aka Diablo. Step on me, please. Each primordials have different abilities and different personalities. Now, the demon race is a completely different thing from demon lords. Another long explanation, just watch the anime. And finally, the true dragons. Now, true dragons are the strongest spiritual beings in the world. We have only seen 2 out of 4 of the true dragons, which are Veldora and Velzar, who is living with Gi. Veldora is the storm dragon, while Vezar is the blizzard dragon. We've had some hints to who the 3rd dragon is from the anime and the manga, but I only have limited info on him, so I'm not gonna say much. Spiritual beings are also a thing that needs an explanation, and they didn't really do a good job explaining it in the anime, so I don't mind talking about it here. So, spiritual beings are basically spirits without a materialized body. They can only exist in places with strong spiritual force, so they can't leave their habitat without being yeeted back. As an example, the spirits on the Ramirez can't leave the dwelling of spirits. Trainee and her sisters can't leave the great forest of Jura. In order for spiritual beings to roam around in a materialized world, they need a materialized body. That's why Ifrit, Veldora, Trainee, and other spirits inhabit a human or a vessel so that they can walk on their own. And that's why Rimuru created a body double for Veldora to inhabit. Same thing works for demons, but they only need sacrificial bodies. And more sacrifices equals stronger body. But also, superior demons require a higher body count. I should word that differently. Superior demons need more bodies they can feed on. You know what? Fuck it. I just realized that talking about all of these powerful creatures just make Tensei Slime sound like a power fantasy anime. You know what? Let's talk about other beings in the world as well. Okay, so most of the beings that I've mentioned so far are practically at the top of the food chain. There are still normal humans, soldiers, adventurers, unimportant peasants. But there are humans and other creatures like these guys. I fucking hate these guys, by the way. That stand out and have powerful abilities. Like I mentioned earlier, there are summoned humans. Normally, summons are gifted with a unique skill, like Hinata Sakaguchi. There are also other creatures and races that stand out as well, lycanthropes, dragonutes, vampires, giants. Apart from dragonutes and lycanthropes, we haven't seen much of the other races. Creatures that are born from unique circumstances like the Charybdis and the Orc disaster are notable powerful creatures as well. But can they beat ghosts? See what I mean? There's so much going on that I don't know how to explain the story. Every arc is so different from each other that it's hard to categorize it as one thing. It focuses so much on world building, and every decision and move in the story has a reasoning behind it. They don't time skip for the sake of time skip. They don't justify the character's actions because the character felt like it. It's just overall amazing, and I can't wait for the movie and future seasons to come. I'm really obsessed with the story. I'm considering reading ahead in the manga and start reading the light novel as well. I mean, what more could you ask for? Wholesome characters, wholesome arcs, waifus, badass fights, cool character designs. It's everything packed in a slime. The comedy is really good too. You can see that there's some Konosuba-like humor sprinkled in there. There's this one character, Gabiru, that I think is just a Konosuba character that somehow got into the slime world.
さてと何やってんだお前な
私は兄と違って感動になったわけではありません。
So to sum it up, slime is a really good isekai. It's such a shame that because of the isekai stereotype, not many people have watched it. I tried to convince some people I know and they weren't keen to give it a try. The weirder the titles are, the better the anime. That is my philosophy. What I'm trying to say is, please give it a try. I've been trying to stay away from light novel spoilers because I heard that shit is about to 180 kick flip pop shove it on a bit. But please go watch it. It's gonna be worth it.